Well, good morning. It is kind of a dreary, rainy day out here. I'm driving to work and had some thoughts about a slide that I put together for a seminar we had this week. We had a seminar over at WRAL in Studio A for small business owners in the Triangle area to talk about digital marketing. And I wanted to give an overview of how digital marketing has changed sales and marketing for a small business. And I started thinking back to a quote. I call it a quote, but I'm quoting myself. Which, my wife Christina pointed out is very arrogant to quote yourself. So I took off the part with my name and the date and everything, and I took the quotes off of it and just called it a sentence. But really, it is a quote, because I have been saying this, and I've never heard anyone else say this, but I've been saying this for 15 years. When I was selling radio advertising and sports marketing and anything, and I would talk to small business decision makers, and they would say, well, I just don't understand marketing, or marketing's really complicated. I would dumb it down for them with this sentence. I would say, all you have to do is find enough of the right people in the right place at the right time and deliver to them a message that compels them to do or think something. That's it. And I've said that 1,000 times. And I used to draw a bullseye of the buying cycle. Okay, so here's everybody in the world. Here are the people that are within the right place. Here are people that are in the right time. Here are people that are the right types of people. And then if you deliver your message to them in the center of that bullseye, when they're right in the buying cycle and they're the right people, the right time, the right place, and you deliver a message that can compel them to do or think something, that is the essence of marketing. And the more I've said it and the more I've thought about it, I've really kind of grown to think that is an axiom, a truth of marketing, and that is all it boils down to. And no matter what we're talking about, smoke signals or direct mail or yellow pages or anything that you can think of that is marketing, that is what it boils down to. It's about delivering that message to the right people at the right time in the right place, right? Enough of them. So then the question, the next slide I put up on the board, how has that changed? And I didn't say this during the seminar, but I've been thinking about it in the days since. I think what's changed the most, I think every bit of that sentence is still true to this day. I don't think it will ever change. But I think what has changed the most, if I could change anything about it, would be to flip the sentence. My sentence starts with, my quote starts with, find enough of the right people in the right time, in the right place. Find them, find enough of them. The reason I think I started that way is I was selling radio advertising. And what was I selling when I worked for a media company? What was I selling? I was selling distribution. So any small business owner could go hang flyers on doorknobs, and they could probably target people that are in the right place geographically located to their business. And they could probably find the right demographics, the right types of people based on the types of houses they lived in, places they went. And they could probably deliver a good message in a print format with that door hanger. But what they couldn't do, that I could do for them when I was selling radio, was distribute it to enough of the right people, right? So we're talking about, I worked for Curtis Media Group for a while, I worked for Clear Channel for a while, but either way, we're talking about, whatever station we're talking about, hundreds of thousands of people are listening to these stations. And within a station that has maybe 300,000 to 500,000 listeners in a week, we could figure out how many of them are the right people, how many of them are in the right place, and we're still going to be talking about 5 figures, right? We're going to be talking about 20 to 80,000 people that kind of fit the right demo for that message. So my sentence always started with, find enough of the right people in the right place at the right time, and then deliver a message. Well, what has changed is the message is now a variable in the distribution. It never was before. You buy the audience, you interrupt them. They're listening to the radio, they're watching TV, they're flipping through the newspaper, and you interrupt them. And you've bought that distribution. You have those eyeballs. No matter how good or compelling or terrible the message is, you have them. And then you deliver the message to them. Now, with the internet and with social media and with sharing and with inbound marketing and the way people seek out content, the message can affect how many people see it. So if you have let's say, for example, you want to offer 50% off shipping today only, or let's say it's free shipping today only, you can tweet that out. You can tweet that to 30 people. And if your product is good enough and that message is strong enough and that's a compelling reason that somebody should do business with you, that will be retweeted. That will be posted to Facebook statuses. That will be shared. Word of mouth will spread. And you could probably get hundreds, if not thousands, of orders off something that you tweeted to 30 people because the message is that compelling. That wasn't possible 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago. You know, in 2007, when Twitter was in its infancy and Facebook was launching, people couldn't share content like that. So, you know, if you decided at your I'm passing a mattress company right now. If you're at your mattress company and you say, you know what, today only, we're taking $300 off all king size beds. Well, you had to buy a radio ad, a TV ad, you had to put it in the newspaper, you had to put it on a billboard, you had to do something to distribute that message. Now, the difference is the message is a variable in the distribution. So you can find enough of the right people at the right time in the right place by delivering a message that compels them to do or think something. And to me, that's the difference right now. That's your opportunity. If you need to know more, if there's any way that I can help you, reach out to me, email me, coverby@wrl.com, tweet me at cmoverby, or give me a call.